Hey guys, welcome to Digit, and this is your first look at the Samsung Galaxy S8, and no, actually it's your first look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, unless you've of course already seen it at IFA. This, by the way, is the Note 8. This on your right is the Galaxy S8, and I'm going to have to wait for you guys to join because nobody else has joined yet. But till then, the Galaxy Note 8 is going to be priced in India at 67,900. That's actually a pretty decent price from Samsung, given that everybody expected a post 70,000 pricing. So this one is not bad at all that way. Of course, you know the specs, but I'm going to repeat that once again. This has got a 6.3-inch QHD display. Hello, Rajiv. It's got a 6.3-inch QHD display. It runs on the same Exynos chipset that runs on the Galaxy S8 Plus. It's got 6 GB of RAM, so that's gobs of RAM for you. It's got dual cameras right here on the back, so it is Samsung's first dual camera device, and I've already got it dirty somehow. So this is the Samsung's first dual camera device, of course, and against the S8, that does give it sort of an advantage in terms of camera prowess, in the sense that the Galaxy Note 8, of course, it gets your background blur and bokeh effects. Apart from that, it also gives you 2x zoom. I've actually been using this phone since yesterday, and I got a chance to click some photos with it. I'm just going to show you guys some of those photos. Not that you're going to understand a lot. By the way, all the photos that you see on Twitter from the Note 8 launch event are from the Note 8 itself. So this photo I clicked right here in the morning, and I've clicked actually the same photos with the Galaxy S8 also. If you consider that the color saturation and color temperature and things like that are pretty much the same on both the devices, so it should make for a pretty good comparison right here. But of course, you should wait for our full comparison, which will be live later today, and you will have that very soon. Okay, so this is I'm just going to show you guys a better work. So on the top is the Galaxy Note 8, on the bottom is the Galaxy S8. The basic difference that you guys will notice is probably a little better colors on the Galaxy Note 8. That I've actually seen these photos on our calibrated display as well, so I can tell you that way. Of course, on the screen there seems to be very little difference when you shoot in regular daylight. Apart from that, you do get the bokeh background blur effects. It's not DSLR quality, guys. You do not get that with phones, but you do get the background blur. So if you look closely in the photo taken by the Note here, you'll see that the background here is completely blurred. But if you see the Galaxy S8, it is trying to focus more towards infinity than on your subject. So that is one of the differences that you get. Of course, you do get zoom as well. And one thing you will notice with the Note 8 is that low light quality is noticeably better, as long as you share both. You compare both the photos side by side. In essence, Samsung's camera algorithms, which were already pretty good for low light, they're at work here. And apart from that, you get two cameras, so there's more light that's coming in. So that of course helps as well. This is more of an outdoor shot taken at night. Hitesh, this phone costs 67,900 bucks. That's going to be the starting price for the Note 8. There are other variants of it as well. You can pre-register for it from today, pre-order it from today, and it will sell from 21st September onwards. The basic difference, apart from the camera, between these two phones is there is a difference in size actually. The Note 8 is just very slightly taller. It's just like probably an inch taller. I'm not sure of the exact dimensions, but the Note 8 is very slightly taller. You do get the always on display with both of these. Rajiv Lochan, your cheap things with costly phone. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. But anyway, I'm going to continue. Another difference you'll see is that the Note 8 has a more rectangular and angular and sharper form factor. So I think this will come down to personal opinions, but to me, the Note 8 feels much better, much more ergonomic. Not that either of these phones are ergonomic, but as far as big screen phones are concerned, to me the Note 8 feels more ergonomic. Even though I must say I have been using the S8 for about 4 or 5 months, so I am pretty used to it. But so somehow that angular form factor feels a little more ergonomic to me. It's simpler to get my thumb across the display without switching without switching my grip. So that helps. You of course get the Bixby button right here on the left side of the device. It's the regular, but the basic difference this time is that Bixby, the full version of Bixby with Bixby Voice, Bixby Vision, and things like that will be debuting in India with the Note 8, and it will come on the S8 and S8 Plus as well. Himanshu, the Oreo update should come by the end of the year. Samsung usually brings the newest Android update to its flagships first, and it is pretty fast with the flagships at least. So you can expect the Oreo upgrade by the end of the year, but yeah, Samsung hasn't given us any specific word on when the Oreo update will come. Okay, so I think I've gone over everything that I can tell you right now about the Note 8 because I have only been using it for about a day. So display quality between S8 and Note 8, Shivam, it is actually almost 100% the same display. Of course, the Note 8's display somewhat, has sort of a different color temperature, but you guys must know that I have the night shift mode turned on both of these. I'm gonna quickly put the same wallpaper on both of these so that you guys can get a slightly better idea. Not that you will get a very good idea on video, but hey, oh, I didn't do that. Wait. Here we go. Set as wallpaper. Okay, so now we have the same here, and so if you look at the top half of the Galaxy S8, so it's sort of trying to show you a night sky here. The top half of the Galaxy S8 looks slightly darker, and so if you see, you can see it's not banding here, but the difference between the colors is much more visible on the Note 8 here than it is here. And for the record, both phones are on full brightness, so that shouldn't matter. We don't have absolute brightness readings on these devices yet. We will do that later during our testing. Arvind, I personally, on first impressions, I think that the Note 8 is a better phone than the S8, but that's not because of its specs or because of its camera or anything. It's just because I think if you want a big screen device, this is the way to go. It's got a good camera. Okay, it's got all of those things that you want from a flagship, and it's got the S Pen as well. Speaking of which, the S Pen actually gets you some new features this time. So one of them is of course screen write. So when you pull out the S Pen, the Note 8 automatically goes into the screen write mode. So with this new screen write mode, you can essentially start typing right here, and you can go up to 100 pages with this. So you can take a lot of notes basically. And for power users of the Note 8 of the S Pen, that will matter. Another thing you can do is you can create your own GIFs with this, which is again something that millennials will quite enjoy. And the good thing here is that unlike Apple's handwriting recognition, the handwriting mode on iMessages, the Note 8's GIFs can actually go anywhere that supports GIFs. So you can post it on Facebook, you can send it to your friend on WhatsApp, you can send it on Facebook Messenger, wherever. You can upload it on Giphy if you want it to show up as a GIF. So essentially, if I take this, I write something and I go done. So it creates a GIF out of this. It takes like 2 seconds to do that. I am very bad at drawing. I'm very bad at using the S Pen, to be honest. So yeah, that created a GIF. You can change these things. You can sort of change the tip that you want to use. You can thicken it. You can do things like that. That's basically all you get. So this is another feature. This is the only real new feature that you get with the S Pen this time, live message. Apart from that, so the Smart Select mode now has an animation option. So with this, what you can do is you can shoot a GIF. So let's say you shot a video with the phone. So you can take that video and you can convert it into a GIF. I have a very short video here. I'm gonna see if I can try and convert this into a video, into a GIF, sorry. Smart Select, animation. Okay, so I can pull it down. I lost my photo. So I can say record and it will stop recording. Okay. So now this is my GIF. This becomes my GIF. So the Note 8 can do that with the S Pen. Again, a nifty feature. I'm not sure how useful that'll depend on how much you use the S Pen, how much you like GIFs, how addicted you are to them. The Note 8 can also translate with the S Pen this time. With this, Samsung has added a lot of languages. I actually checked, and you can essentially just hover the Note Pen over, sorry, the S Pen over any any language, and it will start translating if the translate mode is on. That is. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the S Pen. Okay, Dhruv Vansh, I asked a genuine question since one of my friend already booked the phone and he's looking for a back case since it is costly as you mentioned. I'm not sure what you asked, Dhruv. If you can put your question here once again, I'll try and answer. Okay, I was answering Arvind's question. What is the Komera? The Komera is a dual 12 megapixel unit. You get a telephoto and a wide angle lens. So the telephoto of course gives you 2x optical zoom, while the wide angle lens will shoot your regular wide angle photos. The Note 8 can combine the two to shoot a bokeh-like photo. It uses software to create the background blur, so you will not get the you will not get the DSLR quality that is often promised, but you will get pretty good photos with the Note 8. Apart from that, yeah, not much difference. So Sumit, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but yesterday we did drop the Note 8 by mistake, not intentionally. We did drop the Note 8 from about like 2 feet, and it survived that. The screen and back, glass on the screen, glass on the back, both of them survived that, which is pretty cool. So that's a good thing. But apart from that, there was, I'm pretty sure this is not a device you want to drop. Yunus, I haven't weighed the device yet, but it is heavier than the S8 for sure. Not that that makes it any less ergonomic. Lagan, this phone costs $67,900, and guys, I think I've answered all your questions. If you do have more questions, you can leave them here. We always get back to you. You can of course follow us on Instagram, leave us questions there. Follow us on Twitter, leave a question there. Come to office, follow us around, ask us questions. We'll answer there as well. There are many ways to reach us. You can reach us on editor@digit.in as well. If you do have questions, please feel free to reach us that way. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll have more stories and the review of the Note 8 very soon.